Jestem Johanna I jesteś Finlandia. I'm a visual artist and I'm working with painting, also with installation and ceramics, but right now focused on painting. The city has given me a lot of inspiration. Actually, I think it's the main reason of my style right now. I'm working a lot with the texture and with a lot of layers, and I started working with them here in Łódź. And I believe it's for sure because of the city and how it's looking, and I'm always as well fascinated about the contrast, and this contrast what the city has, it's definitely affecting my working. I like most the atmosphere here and the art here and the murals and the wild ideas I'm facing a lot here. I'm showing right now all the time my work in Brukova Galleria, which is in Brukov Business Center, and I started running this spring, inviting local artists and also international artists involved with the first exhibition next autumn, when I'm opening a big open call for international artists from other cities, from other countries, as well invite the local artists and support them to show their works in different places. I came here because I met my boyfriend while living in Madrid 3 years ago, and he recommended me this city and I couldn't say no. As a foreigner, I think I need to explain a lot because I'm coming from Finland, and it's for many people it's often a question. I don't feel that I'm not welcomed or anything, but yeah, a lot of curiosity. With the language, I have a lot of issues and troubles, and it's difficult, it's really difficult. My good motivation is my boyfriend's mother, who don't speak Polish, and now I mean English. Yeah, mainly we communicate with the body language, but she's as well really great that she started to speak me sometimes really slow and explain to me, and going even to another room to show me look this and this is this, and teaching me all the time, and she really wants me to learn, and so far we have survived.
Cześć, jestem Federico, bardzo lubię monetami I jestem Salwadorczykiem. I've been here for almost 5 years. Nowadays, I work as a technology analyst. When I came to Poland, I wanted to integrate and learn as much as I can about the culture, especially that is the place that gave me the opportunity to leave my comfort zone. When I went to the university, I met one of the representatives of my program, and I asked her where I can learn Polish, and she told me, "Why do you want to learn this useless language?" One of the most difficult words is Cześć. Let's start by that there are two Cześć and Cześć. One is 6 and the other one is high. I invested 3 weeks just to figure out what was the difference between that simple word. And I think it's not only my experience, since they are too similar, and many times those sh words that have in Polish, because there are no vowels between the words, this makes them very difficult sometimes even to guess what is the correct pronunciation. Łódź is a place that very specific. It depends on what you like. Łódź is a very peaceful place. If you like a place where absolutely nothing happens, where it's extremely relaxed and the salaries are okay, which is a place for you. But keep in mind, there is a very, very tiny actions. If the place is, let's say, relatively calm. If something I can say about Łódź is extremely secure. I come from El Salvador, where it's one of those special places where people think that it's extremely dangerous. In my opinion, if you want a very peaceful place and quite relaxed with a lot of parks, well, then Łódź is for you.
Cześć, mam na imię Roy Colin, jestem Irlandczykiem, mieszkam tutaj w Łodzi 12 lat. Regarding the actual Piotrkowska Street and everything else, it was just undergoing renovation at that stage. So manufacturer had just opened, so a lot of derelict buildings, a lot of old buildings that were really not looked after. And for the last 12 years, I've seen how Łódź has actually improved an awful lot, and there's loads of other projects ongoing, and it's actually impressive, and it feels good to be in it. So some people ask me about do I like Łódź, and I actually love Łódź. Well, one thing I do love is the parks. I believe that the parks in Łódź are one of the biggest in Europe. There's some amazing parks. I must say, as a foreigner, I've never experienced any discrimination. I've been doing real estate since I came, so I've been a developer as well as managing properties. And I stopped managing, but I'm still, getting sites for investors. And also I have a Toastmasters Club. I formed the International Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club, so we help people speak in public. And I've also got 3 podcasts. And the funny one is the Learn Polish podcast, because I actually wanted to learn Polish from this podcast. I was listening to different ones, and they were either scripted or they were just only in Polish. And for me, I have no way of learning like that, or else I'm bored because it's scripted. So with my ex-wife, we created a podcast, and I find it that we're just doing it in a humorous way, but we've got all different themes and topics, 5 to 10 minutes, keeping it fun, and it's actually doing very well. I was having a meeting, and there was a guy in the office saying a phrase all the time, and I just assumed it meant excellent. And I went to this important meeting with the city. We were all sitting around, and they asked me how was I, and I said zajebista. And I just know by the look of the guy that worked for me that it wasn't excellent. There was a different meaning to it. So one of my favourite Polish words is może być.
Cześć, mam na imię Carlos, pochodzę z Meksyku i mieszkam tutaj w Łodzi prawie 3 lata. I came to Łódź accidentally because I applied to a scholarship program to study master degree in geoinformatics, and it was supposed just 1 year to study the Polish language here, but I extend 2 years more because I like the city and the people that I met here. The Polish language for me is very complicated. Also, I like siema to say cześć, but in very informal way. For example, when my classmates salute each other like siemanko, siema, elo, mordo, hejka. And Łódź, it's a very nice option to experience the life of Polish culture. It's not so many foreigners here, so the people is more authentic, in my opinion, than in other cities. Jestem tutaj bardzo zadowolony.
I knew nothing about Łódź before coming. I had to look it up in the atlas. I had to do many Google searches to learn about Łódź. I actually did not even know much about Poland before moving here. Jestem Francine Bobrus. Ja mieszkam w Łodzi za 10 lat i jestem z Republiki Południowej Afryki. I chose Łódź because I got a job here. I was just looking for a job anywhere in Europe to be able to travel a bit. And I got the job from a company here. At Infosys, I'm a solution design consultant. My job is to design solutions for new clients, which means that we go to large companies and convince them to bring work to Poland. So if I do my job well, Infosys grows and there's more work in Poland for accountants. So we are in the finance outsourcing business, and most of my day is dealing with potential clients. For sure, I plan to live in Łódź for the rest of my life, My husband has his company here. My daughter is Polish. I never planned to stay long in Łódź. The plan was to be here for 1 year and then to go back to South Africa. But I enjoyed it, so I stayed 1 year more. After the second year, I met my husband and I fell in love, and he's local from Łódź. Łódź is a unique city. What I enjoy about Łódź is that it's not touristic at all. I was pleasantly surprised at how green the city was. Parks everywhere. Most people see me as Polish until they speak to me. And or until they hear me speak to my daughter even, because my home language, Afrikaans, is similar to Dutch, but to the untrained Polish ear, it sounds very German. The most difficult word for me to learn was brzoskwinia. It took me about 6 months to be able to pronounce brzoskwinia. And I don't even like peaches, so I don't know why. In Afrikaans, I would normally greet people goeiedag, which means good day. But in Poland, I've learned not to say goeiedag, since it sounds a bit like a swear word. My strangest situation in a shop was when I was new here. I didn't know the word wołowina, and I was really looking for beef to make a beef stew, and I walked into a butcher and I mooed at them to ask for beef. And it didn't work, so they brought me milk instead. They didn't have any beef, I assume.
Cześć, jestem Andy Heighton, pochodzę z Anglii i mieszkam w Łodzi od 97 roku. I had a job offer in Łódź and I had a job offer in Toruń. And my friends in Warsaw told me that Toruń is a beautiful old city, but a little bit boring. But Łódź is a very interesting place, but a little bit ugly. The city where I come from, in England, Winchester, is a lovely old city, but a little bit boring. So I chose the option of, as my friends in Warsaw said, ugly and interesting. When I got off the train at Łódź Fabryczna in 1997 and travelled to the place where I was going to stay, I couldn't believe the state of Łódź, and at first I was a bit shocked, but then I thought it really can't get any worse. It really was a very different city from today, but from my perspective, the fortunes of Łódź have only improved since I've been here. Like a lot of native English speakers, I first came to Poland as a language teacher. I trained in teaching English as a foreign language, and I worked for several schools. I was an examiner as well for Cambridge exams, and then we set up our own school. But running a school was a great challenge, especially before Poland joined the European Union. The regulations were quite complicated. And since that time, I've branched out. I continue to help people improve their English language skills, but also I do a lot of voiceover. I've been involved in some private and public projects here in Poland. And additionally, I also do some acting work, again to do with educational films, and also currently we're working on a documentary. Well, I've been here 20 years, so I don't really have much of an excuse for not being able to speak Polish, but when it comes to linguistic stories, of course, there's lots of errors that I've made, but then that's how we learn a foreign language, is by making mistakes and improving on them. I suppose the thing that really gets me is often I'll go into a shop. I remember specifically going to Castorama, I think, and I was looking for some paint. And so I was able to start the conversation very, very fluently and comprehensively. And the guy working in the shop then asked me a question which stumped me a little bit. And so I go from a very fluent Polish speaker to suddenly someone incapable of putting a sentence together. The Polish language is insane. I've been here 20 years. My special coping mechanism is to be nodding, going, no, no, tak, no. And it seems to work pretty good. I might not have an idea whatsoever of what the person is saying. Was no tak, 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 no, tak. I've discovered is a great way to be actively listening, but not necessarily actively understanding what the other person is saying. No tak.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Gerardo García, jestem z Meksyku i teraz jestem w Łodzi. How I ended up in Poland, how I ended up in Łódź. Well, actually everything started in Spain, in the famous and ancient pilgrimage of Santiago de Compostela. Walking 800 kilometers from France to Spain, to Galicia region. And well, at the middle of this pilgrimage, I met a Polish girl. What a surprise, right? How I living here in Łódź? Well, actually, as I mentioned, since I arrived, at the beginning I saw it gray. And actually I start to see how the city has been growing a lot. These 3 years have been amazing for the city. And well, people is open mind. I'm very happy to go to the city center, hanging with friends, having fun. We are going to the park with my girlfriend, with the dog. I'm very safe. I feel actually very safe. This is another point that home is meaning. When you feel comfortable, safe and protected. And well, this is how I feel here in Łódź. And I like to walk with my dog, with my girlfriend there. We have a very relaxed time. I like also grilling. Now in summer is time for grilling. I love to grill a lot. I enjoy to taste wine as well. I'm a wine lover. Hobbies about things that I'm doing here in Łódź normally. Well, I'm very fan of multimedia edition, all the filmmaking part, to editing videos, also take pictures a lot. I love to take pictures as well. I do it as a hobby. At the beginning, the language is very difficult. And I remember that I needed some klapki. At that moment, I didn't know how to call them. And in this case, I went to the supermarket. I go there. It was like the first years. And I say, okay, I start to ask. I remember a song which is coming from this ogórek, 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 zielony marnikturek, czapkę I sandały. So sandały part, I thought, okay, maybe it's sandals, like in the sandals for the beach. So I start with that word. I arrived to this lady and I ask, sandały, sandały. And she looks for me, sandały? And bute. And I say, no, sandały, sandały. So she took me and she showed me some boots or shoes. And I say, no, sandały, sandały. And I start to say, like that. Like taking shower. And I said, oh, okay, klapki. And I said, okay, yes, klapki. And then she showed me, and indeed, klapki it is. Another situation, what I could remember, yes, is when I arrived to my team and I need to introduce myself. I wanted to do it in Polish. And everyone was there, and it was my turn to introduce myself. And I say, okay, witam wszystkich. And well, everyone started to laugh. And I said, what is happening? What is happening? I wanted to say hi. I didn't make any joke. I looked to my back. Maybe I have some worms or funny face from someone. And then I realized that, yes, I said, witam wszystkich. Actually, I was fan of disco polo. I'm fan disco polo, obviously. In the weddings, you are dancing like crazy with that. After party time in the night bus, well, you are a bit tipsy, and suddenly you start to go back into the bus and try to have conversation with the people, right? With all the party guys that are there. We start making conversation, and some people start to say, hey, maybe you can sing something for us. And I say, yeah, but I don't know Polish. And they say, okay, some Mexican thing. And I say, oh, yeah, I remember. I start to know one Polish song. And I start to say this one that someone touched me. And I say, ogórek, 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 zielony marnikturek. And suddenly everyone in the bus started to sing it. it was like a chorus. I invite you to come to Łódź. Łódź is pure love.
The first time when I heard about Łódź is when I met Teresa, and she told me it's from Łódź, and I didn't know anything about Łódź, and she had to show me on the map, because I said I never heard about this city in Poland. It's the third biggest city. And then after we started dating, I think the first Christmas we came here and I met the family, and I think everybody knows about the Christmas Eve supper, and I was surprised that people can have 12 dishes and they can still move after that. But apparently you have to eat everything if you want Santa Claus to come with presents, so I was really eager to get some presents. So. Me and Teresa, we used to live in London, and we decided to have some children, and we decided not to have them in London, so we wanted to raise them outside London, and we decided to move to Poland because Poland is outside London. When I moved to Poland, my friends, they sent me some links with, there was some research, and Polish language was declared the hardest language to learn. And I said, oh, that's not possible, because I found a lot of similarities in grammar with Romanian. So I was like, oh, it will be easier, but it's not. I give up on remember the street names because they all have more or less complicated names. I know Piotrkowska because I heard so many times. I know my street name, but all the others, for me, if somebody's telling me, I say, where do you, what is on that street, so then I know the place. For example, I'm going quite often on one street, and even now I'm not sure that I know exactly how to pronounce it, is Puliskiego, the one with Galeria. See, but even now it's and I go there all the time. How is it called? Piłsudskiego, you see. I work as a software developer, and I'm lucky to have a job and I work remote. For me, it's, I feel like home here. Actually, I consider myself Łódź is home, so yeah. I'm lucky to say that we all feel like this here.
Cześć. We came in Łódź because it's very quiet and very good city for business, because lot of opportunities here, not more shops like this here. So we opened this project in Łódź and like Łódź.
The store name is Asian Corner. We are Struga 7, and it's been over a year now, and amazingly we've been receiving really good response.
Like in Łódź, most historical buildings, structure, it's a very beautiful, and parks, especially in Łódź, all the way beautiful.
In the start, when we were setting up here, we could notice people were looking at us, staring at us, and then everywhere we take public transport, people, when we enter, we can feel the people are staring at us.
Don't have any bad experience in Poland. No rude. I listened before some races or some problems here, but with me, at least anything like this. Meet a lot of people, they help us, and naturally nice and good people here. My Polish is not good because it's very difficult language for us, because we don't listen these words before in Asia and Europe. I like photography, and I see here lot of opportunities and things for photography, landscapes, old buildings, structure, very beautiful here.
I think Łódź is really amazing, underestimated city. It has a lot of opportunities, and they are really building a lot of stuff here for visitor and for tourism. And I think if you're not one of them visiting here, you're missing a lot of stuff, because there is a lot of stuff coming up in this city, and the way they are improving this city over the last few years is tremendous.
Cześć, jestem Alex.
Cześć, jestem James. Jestem z Walii w Wielkiej Brytanii. A ty?
W Wielkiej Brytanii? Też. Tak. I think I'd heard about it only through the cinema connections. So Łódź Film School was something that I was aware of, and it was the place where Polanski and Wajda and all of those great guys had studied. But other than that, no, I didn't know much about Łódź before I visited for the first time.
The only time I'd come across Łódź in my entire life before moving here was in a computer game. Railroad Tycoon 2 had a Polish map, and it was Lodz, because it didn't have any of the accents and stuff. And for me, it was just a place that was in Poland that I sent trains to back in my youth.
The first time I came was in 2007, and I was invited for an academic conference at the university with some colleagues from Canadian studies. So expectations, I think I was just looking forward to discovering the city. It surprised me quite a lot, and still surprises me a lot. Of course, when I visited in 2007 for the first time, Manufactura was the big project, the big success that everyone was very keen to show me around and very proud of. So that was something that I thought was really special, It seemed something very different to anything I'd seen elsewhere.
Yeah, for me, I had really no expectations when I first came to visit, apart from it's going to be cold, because it was the beginning of December. And cold it was.
It delivered. Yeah.
It really delivered. We kind of started dating-ish before you moved out here.
Yeah, shortly before, like a few months before. Yeah.
And then you went off, and it kind of turned into a long-distance relationship. But I was still sort of in London. Then there was the Brexit vote. Then I was made redundant in my work. And just kind of didn't really know what to do, and you kind of sort of suggested move in with me and try Poland for teaching. And it was just kind of that point, it's just like, you'd invited me, I'd lost my job, I was 32 at the time, the Brexit vote had happened, and I thought, like, do you know what, maybe now is the time for a change of career, now is the time to move to the EU whilst I still can, so if it really is a hard Brexit, then I'm at least there with a job already working, which theoretically should make it easier to get a visa. So it was a real opportunity, and it really was just kind of that combination of various circumstances that made me move here. And everyone would say, well, why Łódź? And I said, well, why not? Why not anywhere in Poland? And one thing I love about Łódź is that when you do meet other foreigners here, the reasons we're here are always really unique, are always really specific, much like ours.
Yeah.
It's not like you go to Krakow and it's just like, oh, I moved to Krakow because it's so beautiful, or Warsaw, it's like, oh, it's so cosmopolitan, it's the business area, I'm here as a banker. It's just like, which is kind of really that sort of, a really sort of rich tapestry, to use that awful cliche. And yeah, so that's why I came here. Just happened.
My work life in Poland. Well, originally when I came, I was working at the university, and I had some classes in the Department of American Studies. But now I work with the Transatlantic Festival on programming and writing for them, organising the festival, and I also still teach some English classes, as it's something that I enjoy very much to do. I have some very good students, that I'm very, very fond of. And I also write film criticism as well, so I work as a film journalist.
When I first moved here, I did the very cliched thing of becoming a teacher, an English teacher. So I did that for a year. I enjoyed some parts of it. I didn't enjoy parts of it. I don't know why. I don't know why I ever agreed to do that. Probably because I was broke. It was interesting. I got some fun stories from it, but it was stressful. But that's what I did. And then, kind of very serendipitously, a company reached out saying, "Hey, we're looking for a native speaker to do some writing, some content marketing, so writing blog post articles and stuff." And seeing as I used to be a theatre critic in my spare time in London, and I love writing, I was just like, yeah, this is brilliant. I'd never have gotten this opportunity back in the UK. And I went for it, and that's what I do now. I write blog articles like 10 cool kitchen gadgets you should have.
And something that I didn't mention before is that I've gone to Gdynia Film Festival since 2014 and become very passionate about Polish cinema and writing about it and studying it and really advocating for it, because I don't think it always gets seen as much internationally as it should. And there are many interesting young filmmakers coming up.
When I first moved, my friend was like, "Have lots of fun," and I was like, "It's pronounced Łódź." She was like, "What?" I would really recommend it to all my friends. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that.
Why not? Yeah, we love Łódź. We're big champions of Łódź and invited friends here who've enjoyed the city very
Everyone
much.
who's come to visit has enjoyed it, has been really surprised. My mother was the only one who was a little disappointed because she was expecting it to be like Krakow.
Well, there's this saying, I think, isn't there, that you go to Krakow if you want to know about Poland's past, you go to Warsaw if you want to know about the present, but you go to Łódź if you want to know about Poland's future. So
Please tell me you didn't write that.
I didn't write that. No, I heard this. I saw this online somewhere. Wow, what's your favourite road in this area?
Oh yeah, there's Szybowskiego. And then there's the corner with Italiana, and the tram goes następny przystanek Szybowskiego. I was just like, what?
We're glad we don't live there.
Yeah.
That has to be said.
I still have real difficulty saying three.
Sure, yeah.
Jeden, dwa,
yes. And I want is difficult for me as well.
Don't.
Which you need so much.
Because CHCEO. Yeah. So it's.
Yeah, I really have a block with this now,
I just can't.
It's so necessary, So.
On everything, it's sort of like RZ, especially Przepraszam is difficult. It's a PRZ. It's just like, because I remember we were saying to Christoph, like, "Oh, you don't pronounce the P." Oh, you do. It's just like,
you do.
Do you really? It's like Przepraszam. Yeah, there's lots of words and stress, word stress as well. Like I can't get into this habit of it being like the penultimate in most cases. The penultimate thing. So I'll say something like, and I was telling people we went to see the play Plac Bohaterów. It's Plac Bohaterów. I was saying we went to see Plac Bohaterów because that just sounds like yeah. And I was just like, what? And this is Plac Bohaterów. I said, Heroes Square. It's like, oh, Plac Bohaterów. And that's what I said. Yeah. Or I mishear things like the time at the post office recently. I had to sign something and the lady was going Imnie Navisko. And I thought she said Innie Navisko, meaning that she said different surname. I was just like, jestem. And it's just like, she said, tak, it's just like, Imnie Navisko. Jestem. I just kind of went round in circles and a queue of angry Poles, falling behind me.
Republika.
Oh, you're so old school and edgy. That's because you're so old. Stop insulting you on camera. It's almost as if it was planned.
It is almost, and it wasn't at all, Because we also have Sławomir here as well,
Hanba. Remember we went to see Hanba? They were really good,
yes,
and put setting to things. Things. I also really like what's her face at the Hat Meat Rabbit. I've forgotten her name all of a sudden.
Oh, yes, I've forgotten her name now.
Gabba Kulka. Her album is up there somewhere.
Gabba
Kulka, yeah. Gabba Kulka, she's really good. Sławomir. You wouldn't admit, no, his favourite's not Republic, it's Sławomir.
I like the full range, and including Disco Polo, I do have a soft spot for that. As I know that many Poles do, secretly, at the weddings, they've had some alcohol, the affection emerges, So.
Oh yeah, I quite like David Podsiadło,
yes.
Who I keep calling David Precious, whatever the word for pillowcase is. Also Sorry Boys is another Polish band that I've been getting into recently. Polish music's really good.
It is, yeah, it's great. There's something that we haven't mentioned that I really love about Poland is this appetite for culture. I think it's really strong here. And I really appreciate that.
And their appetite for pierogi.
Yes, and don't forget that as well. Yeah, but I think like in the UK, it's a bit of a shrug. If some artist is coming to perform, who cares? Whereas in Poland, it's like, wow, they're coming to.
They
see
certainly
us.
take the theatre is a lot more seriously taken
film.
here than the.
Theatre
And
film
this is coming
now
from someone who used to be a London theatre critic.
Yeah.
But here it's really revered.
It is, yeah, I find this appetite for culture very, very attractive, and it gives me a lot of enthusiasm about it, So I'm very happy with that.
Should we go for pierogi?
Could be the moment, yes. Or flaki.
Last time you had flaki, you got ill.
I was ill. Yeah, I was ill.
Cześć. Nazywam się Elina Tonewa. Mieszkam w Polsce już 30 lat. Pochodzę z Bułgarii. I właściwie cały czas mieszkam w Łodzi. Przyjechałam do Polski bez znajomości języka, właściwie w pociągu nauczyłam się pierwsze słowa i to było słowo cześć i dzień dobry. Podróż była długa, trwała 3 dni pociągiem, więc zdążyłam parę tych słów nabrać. Na początku było ciężko z językiem, aczkolwiek, ponieważ jest to język słowiański, a ja też miałam takie otwarte muzyczne ucho, dosyć szybko nauczyłam się i aczkolwiek pierwsze miesiące na pewno był to czas ciężki i ta natężona uwaga, która cały czas towarzyszyła mi, żeby zrozumieć, żeby się odnaleźć, żeby być zrozumianym. Rozpoczęłam studia na Akademii Sztuk Pięknych, na początku na Wydziale Włókienniczym, potem na 2. roku przeniosłam się na grafikę projektową i ukończyłam Akademię na Wydziale Grafiki Projektowej ze specjalnością identyfikację graficzną. Wspominam to ogólnie beztrosko i sympatycznie ten czas, mimo że nie miałam stypendium i w związku z tym musiałam znaleźć sposoby na utrzymanie się i sprzedawałam na rynku bałuckim, sprzedawałam koniak, Słoneczny Brzeg, adidasy bułgarskie, skórzane takie bardzo fajne były i papierosy BT. Pamiętam, że bardzo dobrze szły. I za jedną taką butelkę koniaku potrafiłam pociągnąć cały miesiąc prawie. Podczas studiów zaczęłam trenować sztuki walki. Jeszcze wcześniej w Bułgarii miałam taką krótką przygodę z judo w liceum. Ale na studiach zaczęłam trenować na sekcji, która istniała przy Akademii. Wtedy to nazywało się taikokyu, co oznacza ciało i oddech. I tam zetknęłam się z Tomkiem Adamczykiem, który został potem moim mistrzem Krav Maga i razem rozwijaliśmy system Krav Maga w Polsce. I coraz więcej zaczęłam się angażować we wprowadzeniu zajęć. Otworzyły się pierwsza sekcja cywilna w Łodzi, bo na początku zaczęliśmy szkolić wojsko i jednostki specjalne. Miałam tej rzadkiej okazji zajrzeć do różnych ciekawych i tajnych miejsc. Formoza, grom, to są wtedy takie magiczne słowa, a ja szkoliłam tych ludzi z tych jednostek i był to dla mnie taki bardzo ciekawy czas też rozwoju w dziedzinie sztuk walki, w Krav Maga. W tym czasie, kiedy ja zaczynałam, to było wręcz unikatowe, że kobieta zajmuje się izraelskim systemem walki wręcz, który jest właściwie stworzony dla armii izraelskiej i dla jej potrzeb i miał jakby co do podstaw miał być prosty, efektywny i szybki w nauczeniu się. Również na studiach zaczęłam coraz bardziej odważnie śpiewać. Zaprosił mnie na swoje wesele kolega Mirek Harkot i bez zapowiedzi, znaczy bez uprzedzenia mnie, wstał i powiedział, że teraz zaśpiewa jego koleżanka z Bułgarii. I całe to weselisko zamarło, zacichło. No i pamiętam, że to właściwie był mój pierwszy taki występ publiczny przed takim dużym gronem ludzi. Zaśpiewałam 2 pieśni ludowe, bułgarskie, tradycyjne. No i dla mnie i dla tych ludzi chyba też było to duże przeżycie. Coraz bardziej odważnie zaczęłam śpiewać i też uczyć się bułgarskich pieśni coraz więcej. Jak jeździłam do Bułgarii, a wtedy sporo czasu, te ferie były dłuższe, te wakacje, miałam prawie 3 miesiące w Bułgarii, więc jeździłam po wsiach, uczyłam się pieśni ludowych i potem w zasadzie do tej pory korzystam z tych pieśni i śpiewam je nadal. I śpiewam je nie tylko ja, a też chór chorei. Mniej więcej w tym okresie wyjechałam do Gardzienic zupełnie przypadkiem na zaproszenie mojej koleżanki, żeby zobaczyć spektakl w Gardzienicach. W ogóle nie wiedziałam, co to jest za miejsce i prawdę mówiąc, kiedy przyjęłam zaproszenie, żeby pojechać, to w ogóle nie miałam pojęcia, dokąd tak naprawdę jadę i szczerze się zdziwiłam, kiedy powiedziano mi, że mam zabrać śpiwór do teatru. Śpiwór. Pierwszy raz zetknęłam się z teatrem tego typu, z teatrem ruchu, śpiewu i przede wszystkim z teatru niezwykłej energii. Znalazłam się w Gardzienicach i wieczorem była po spektaklu, była biesiada i ludzie śpiewali różne pieśni z różnych miejsc, ukraińskie, cygańskie, polskich nie za dużo, bo wtedy jakoś tak zainteresowanie polskim folklorem nie było takie mocne, jakie jest obecnie na przykład. I ja też zaśpiewałam kilka bułgarskich pieśni i okazało się, że jest bardzo duże zainteresowanie tymi pieśniami, w ogóle Bułgarią. I już następnego dnia rano dostałam propozycję, żeby rozpocząć współpracę, wziąć udział w projekcie, który wtedy się rodził, Nieznane źródła muzyki europejskiej. No, wciągnęła mnie ta muzyka, ściągnęli mnie ci ludzie, to miejsce i jakoś zaczęłam coraz więcej czasu poświęcać muzyce i teatrowi, bo powoli zaczęły się jakby te muzyczne projekty zaczęły się łączyć z projektami tanecznymi, teatralnymi. Śpiewaliśmy te projekty stricte muzyczne zaczęły się rozszerzać i stawać się powoli widowiskami, a potem też spektaklami. W pewnym momencie, kiedy już zajmowałam się teatrem dosyć długo, ściągnęłam właściwie nasz zespół teatralny tutaj do Łodzi. Wcześniej, kiedy wyszliśmy z Gardzienic, Tomek Rodowicz, lider naszego teatru, lider naszej grupy wtedy, odwiedził Łódź. W drodze, pamiętam, że byliśmy w drodze z Nałęczowa, gdzie wtedy tworzyliśmy, gdzie nas przygarnęli i tam mieliśmy próby. Byliśmy w drodze do Srebrnej Góry i po drodze zaprosiłam cały zespół do domu na kawę. I po drodze odwiedziliśmy. Postanowiłam, że pokażę im fabryki łódzkie, pokażę im to miasto, które mi się tak podobało. Wtedy dużo bardzo było opustoszałych fabryk. I też oni nabrali taki apetyt na Łódź, że przecież to miejsce, to miasto ma taki potencjał, że te fabryki, może w którymś z tych fabryk, oczywiście to były takie marzenia wtedy absolutnie się wydawały utopijne. A później właściwie tak się stało, że teraz Teatr Chorea mieści się w jednej z dawnych fabryk i ten rytm maszyn włókienniczych teraz zmienił się w rytm tętniącego życiem teatru i miejsca spotkań twórczych, warsztatów, muzyki. Łódź była od samego początku, Łódź mi się podobała, nigdy nie uważałam, i dziwiło mnie, kiedy ludzie mówili, że jest brzydka. Cały czas uważałam, że w tym mieście jest potencjał, jest to miejsce, które będzie się rozwijało. I nigdy nie spiesznie mi było do uciekania do Gdańska czy do Krakowa, bo szybko zostałam taką lokalną patriotką łódzką.
Thank you.